COVID-19 vaccine distribution begins on the 16th of January and the vaccine movement is in progress. In fact, the first truck carrying COVID-19 vaccines will leave Pune's Serum Institute today. Koolex Cold Chain Limited is India's greatest pharma supply chain company with specialization in temperature control logistics. With a fleet of 300 plus reefer trucks and growing, they are India's largest pharma cold chain fleet and will be moving the COVID-19 vaccines across India. The men behind the scenes, Rahul and Kunal Agarwal, spoke to Republic TV's executive editor Niranjan Narayanaswamy. Listen in.
In a few days from now, the world's largest vaccination drive will begin in India. The COVID-19 vaccinations will begin to be distributed amongst citizens on the 16th of January, and it's going to be one gigantic exercise. Millions and millions of doses will be sent to different states from where they will reach their storage facilities and then the different dispensaries and the distribution centers. And it's not an easy exercise to move these vaccines from the vaccine makers, the approved vaccine makers, the two of them in India now, to the storage facilities and from there on to the end station where it will be given to people. And I have with me two gentlemen who are part of this massive exercise and will be playing a major role in the distribution of these vaccines. In fact, they will be playing the most important role in the distribution of these vaccines. They are Rahul Subhash Agarwal, who's the managing director, and I have Kunal Subhash Agarwal, who's the executive director. Both of them joining us on this special broadcast as we try and understand what it takes to distribute the COVID-19 vaccines across India and to the different states. By the way, today is a Monday, and today is when the first truck carrying the COVID-19 vaccines rolls out, moves out of the vaccine making facility in Pune. So Rahul and Kunal, thank you for speaking to Republic TV. It's fantastic speaking to both of you. First of all, I have to tell you that it's going to be nearly a year since we started coverage on COVID-19. And after 1 year, we've reached a stage where the vaccine is ready and the distribution is going to begin. Rahul, let me start with you. Tell us about why today is special and what's the plan? Tell us about these trucks and where will these trucks be going and what's inside this truck? How many vaccines does each truck carry?
Thank you, Niranjan. So it's a very exciting day because today the first consignment of the vaccines is rolling out of an Indian manufacturing facility. Made in India for India and by the Indians, and so this makes it very prestigious, and we are very happy that the movement is happening in our trucks. We are planning to move approximately 2 to 3 consignments to various distribution points today. These distribution points are predominantly government owned facilities across India. I believe that there are about 40 to 50 such locations, and the vaccines would move to all these primary locations by air, by road, by various modes as deemed fit by the government and the vaccine manufacturer. And we are very happy to be a part of this whole drive.
Kunal, what is the role that Koolex will be playing in the vaccination drive, in the vaccination distribution drive? So your company will be carrying all of these vaccines to the storage facility. Is that correct?
That's right. We'll be handling
across
the entire
India.
Distribution from. Yes, we will be handling the primary movement from all the manufacturing locations to all the government depots as part of the primary cold chain. That's what we would be doing initially.
That's a gigantic exercise. And by sheer numbers, Kunal, how many doses are you expecting to deliver or distribute through your trucks? Now, tell us more about these trucks. What is special about these trucks? And how challenging has it been for you, or have you had to make changes to the way these trucks are designed, manufactured? Perhaps give our viewers an idea of what it takes to transport such vaccines.
Well, Niranjan, we've been in this business since quite some time, and over the years, we've focused ourselves or diversified ourselves into a pharma niche sphere. And due to that, we have considerable experience in handling these kind of high value cargo and very sensitive cargoes. So what happens here is that these trucks are specially designed, they are insulated, as well as they have a lot of tech involved in them, which gives us, door sensors in terms of, looking at what the temperature is inside and, when the door is opened, by who it is opened and when and how many times it has been opened. So we are very careful with all these kind of trucks, and, we built them with a lot of effort over the years. And these trucks are so special that they can go from -25 to +25. They have the 50-degree range to carry vaccines or any other product, throughout the country at any temperature range that can be set. So these trucks are fully geared up, and we are very excited.
I know that your company has been distributing vaccines. You're a specialist in doing this. But how large has this particular COVID-19 vaccine exercise been compared to everything that you've done in the past?
Well, so Niranjan, whatever has been done in the past has always been planned and spread over a long period of time. So if you take the example of, say, the polio vaccine drive, which has been sort of going on for years now, and we have a COVID vaccine, which is, predominantly a life-threatening sort of pandemic, and which is why, the time to distribute this is very short. And if you're looking at India as a population, which is, after China, the largest population in the world, and if you exclude China from the numbers, you're talking of 25% of the rest of the world's population to be inoculated. It's a massive exercise. We're looking at very huge numbers. The entire distribution network, right up to the inoculation points, has to be scaled up substantially. So to give you a perspective, we understand that currently the government has been running an universal immunization program, one of the very few countries in the world that does that. And they have been successfully doing probably 5 to 7 million doses a year under the various programs such as the polio and BCG and other such vaccines. Now here comes the COVID vaccine, where you're looking at a volume which has to be 10 or 20 times of that. So if you look at the sheer magnitude of this rollout, it is probably 20x of what has ever been done, and which is why a lot of proper planning, a lot of information, a lot of data exchange, a lot of tying up with various partnerships is required to sort of successfully execute this. Hopefully, if we can do this in 1.5 years' time, that would be a very good achievement for us.
From the details available with me, Rahul and Kunal, now I understand that there are these facilities where vaccines will be stored. Each facility built on 15 acres of land, totaling about 165 acres across India, making it the largest pharma facility in this part of the world. I was speaking to someone else from the government a few days back, and they were very excited about also the opportunities in this vaccination drive, because there is so much of scope for infrastructure development. It's an advertisement for what India and Indians can do, right? If you look at the sheer scale of how this is happening, tell us about what is the larger message that you feel India is sending out with this drive. Kunal, you can take that question.
Sure. So if you look at it this way, a lot of the experts are science experts, as well as the manufacturers, etc., and doctors world over are saying that this is, we've just stirred the pot. There are many more such, I hope not, but, there are a lot of other such pandemics expected in the future. So it's time for a cold revolution in our country, where, we need to really upgrade all our infrastructure in terms of, enabling this entire throughput of cold chain, because, any medicine that goes through a cold chain, if it goes through a broken cold chain, it's losing efficacy and potency of that medicine. So we have to be very, very careful on this, and we have to really, this obviously this presents us with a huge opportunity in terms of upgradation of infrastructure. It's a very exciting time for everyone involved. And definitely, we have to, the government as well as, private-public partnerships have to work together forward to make sure that, this is a robust infrastructure that lasts us for future generations.
Yeah. And Rahul, do you have a number on how many doses of this vaccine your trucks will carry, or how many, is there an agreement on how many doses you will be moving across India? Is there a number?
Well, so there is no specific number which is specified in the contract, because we go by the truckloads, and since we have truckloads of trucks of various sizes, I probably believe that almost 60-70% of these dosages would move through our vehicles across the country over a period of time, which itself is a very massive number.
Just to get an idea, how many trucks, and how many movements? I mean, just to get an idea of the scale of this exercise.
Yeah, I would say that if you're looking at doing the entire population over a period of certain time, at any given time you would have to have 200 to 300 truckload movements on a particular day to cope up with this kind of a demand. So it's going to be a pretty huge rollout.
Okay, and this is going to be an exercise, that will last, perhaps the entire year, going by the scale at which the entire country is operating right now. Where's the first truck going to? When it moves out today, where is the first truck going to?
So, well, that's $1 billion question, considering that it's $1 billion product. And we are yet to receive that information, but I believe that it's going to go to one of the nearby states.
Okay, I won't press on that one, but Rahul and Kunal, it was fantastic speaking to the both of you, and hopefully we don't have another pandemic of this scale on nature. But I think the sheer pace at which India has come together to not just tackle the pandemic, and not just tackle the pandemic, but also find a solution, approve vaccines, and now conduct trial runs successfully and distribute the vaccines, speaks volumes about our country, its abilities, entrepreneurship, and the challenges that we are ready to face. So we wish you all the very best, Rahul and Kunal.
Thank you.
To ensure that these vaccines reach all of us and all our viewers. Thank you for the great job that you're doing. Thank you and all the very best, Rahul and Kunal.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Niranjan. Jai Hind.